Hey everyone, and welcome to the live stream. Let's see who we got here. We got Fred and Lisa. They were here early. So
Hi, Fred. Hi, Lisa.
Dave, and then we got Alex is here. He's excited. He's going on the Meraviglia on Saturday, May 4th. And it's fantastic. Dave brought up a cool story from today. MSC is building a Mercy Hospital ship, which is very, very cool. We'll talk about that in a little bit. That's an awesome story. Two old farts are here. Hello from Ohio. Felicia's here. Hello, Robert. We got the Murphys are here. Hello, Murphys. We were just talking about your cruise, doing a 23-dayer in the Yacht Club next year. That's amazing. Hey, Amber, you did not miss the live chat. You are here, and we are live, and you can chat. Got Leslie here. Hello, Leslie. We have Lori. Lori here from Wisconsin. Lori booked the chef's table for our Halloween cruise this year already, so she's ahead of the game. Peter and Melinda are here. Hello, guys. How are you? Jimmy C is here. Jimmy C and his family have 3 cabins on hold right now in the Yacht Club, waiting to see if their kids can get off by tomorrow. We're going to find out if their kids can get off. We're going to book that. The Swans are here. Hello, Swans. Kevin and Carrie. Actually, Carrie Ann's last name's not Swan. So hello, Kevin and Carrie Ann. Casey is here. They love the Yacht Club. There you go.
Same.
Same. Al's here. Hello, Al. All right, everyone. So we have Lucy here from MSC tonight. And I have my MSC jacket on. It's going to be warm in here tonight. But so, Lucy, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been in the cruise industry and with MSC?
Well, the cruise industry, I started, when my daughter was 2, she just turned 40, so 38 years. Ugh.
Wow, that's awesome.
I know. And with MSC, I will be hitting 27 years in September.
That's pretty crazy. So how much has MSC changed since you've been involved?
Dramatically. So any of the ships, when I started, we had about 7 ships, I would say. All of those ships were ships that we bought from somebody else and refurbished. We have none of those ships today. Every ship that we have is built by the company itself. So it's a big difference in the product. And then way back, the ship would come here, say in October, November, and she would leave at March. So it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. We never had a presence year round in the United States.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. I guess at that point, everything was over in Europe, correct?
Yes.
Wow, that's wild. So at this point, do you have a favorite ship?
I struggle. So I do struggle between Meraviglia, sailing out of Brooklyn, and I struggle with Seascape, which is out of Florida, but eventually going to be in Texas.
Yep.
But they're 2 different ships. Seascape I love because I'm an outdoors person. And I like all the outdoor space on Seascape. Not that there's not outdoor space on Meraviglia, but Seascape just has more of it. And it's built for the sun, where Meraviglia is built for year-round weather.
Yeah.
Which is why we could sail in December out of New York.
Yeah. I agree.
But I would say the C class is probably my favorite.
I 100% agree. So Seascape is my favorite. I know Seascape's Meg's favorite. AJ has only been on Meraviglia, so she doesn't have anything else to go by.
I loved World Europa too, though.
Oh, that's right. You were on World Europa too.
Oh, see, now I'm jealous, Meg.
That was a great trip, but I still think Seascape's my favorite.
That's awesome. All right, so let's see. We got JC here. He said, missed last week, was on Anthem, bought the same hoodie as John. That's hilarious. The hoodie that I wore to the Norwegian chat that we had, they were not thrilled with me. My sister, who's loyal to Carnival, is trying MSC, invited us to join since we loved our first cruise. That's awesome. That is great. Fred and Lisa said hi to Lucy. Tony Diaz, hello. Welcome aboard. Charlie is here. Welcome, Charlie. Roger Sproul is here, going on Seascape June 8th. Roger, going to have a great time. Seascape is
love it.
Awesome. Amber said never went on MSC. You got to try it, Amber. Got to try it. Now's the time. And then Dave said, if she's all moved in yet.
I was just typing a response. Hi, Dave. Thanks for asking. I'm still working on finishing my office, so that's why I'm in my kitchen. Other than that, yes. I think you can see my dog wandering around too. She doesn't know what to do right now. So I'm just sitting here.
So we got Tom and Sharon Murphy said, love MSC, especially the Yacht Club, but is MSC doing anything to improve their customer-facing web presence or the app?
Yes. We are working on it and nonstop, because not only do we get complaints from the consumers, but we, meaning me and my team, actually provide a lot of feedback to our marketing team. So you're going to start to see a lot of improvements. They have made some changes already, but we're still working on it.
That's super exciting.
Yeah, it is. So the app's not terrible. Obviously, there's always things that you can do better. But I think once you're on the ship, the app works pretty well.
I agree.
The app's clunky when, pre-cruise, but I think it's fine when you're on the ship. And then the website, for sure, the consumer side of the website is not great. I think MSC Book on our side is actually pretty good, especially with the new, changes that they've made recently. It's not bad.
Yeah, we have a new person that's in charge of trade engagement. So she's been working on a MSC Book. But we still need the website, the consumer website fixed. I agree with the app. The app is clunky, as you say, prior to your cruise. But once I'm board, I didn't have a problem with it once I'm on board the ship at all.
No, everything on board is pretty nitpicky. So we were complaining a lot. We just got off of Norwegian Breakaway. And one of our big things with the Norwegian app is when you go to any of the events, there's no description. It just says something, and you're like, I have no idea what this is. I wish I knew.
Oh, so that would explain why a year ago when I was on the NCL ship to cover a conference, I triple booked myself 2 nights for dining, specialty dining.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, their app is 100% clunky. All right, so John said, good evening. I've been on 12 MSC cruises, and I would love to see going back to the room to watch the drill and then try to walk down 7 flights of stairs. Is just too overwhelming. Please fix this. John, there's an easy fix for this. Book the Yacht Club. Because when you book the Yacht Club, you don't have to do that.
We have said it so many times. I think that the Yacht Club on MSC is the best bang for your buck. As far as what you get and the price you will spend, it is insane, the experience you have.
By far. But I'll tell you a little secret about the lifeboat show. So what I do is what time it's going to go off, because if you read your daily planner, I go to my stateroom and I watch it. So the minute they start to say dial whatever, I got the phone in my hand, I dial, I go to the lifeboat chill, and I'm done. If I want to go back to the cabin, I go, but I'm always one of the first ones down there. I don't like walking down the stairs with hundreds of people, so I get it.
Yeah, I do too. Obviously it's got to get done. Some of them have gone back to, Disney's gone back to the actual muster drill, where you have to go to the muster drill, which is a nightmare.
Really?
Yeah, they have an actual muster drill. But everybody else has some variation of check in somewhere. And
was it NCL with that when I was on them that they sent you the video to watch, and then as soon as you got on board, they have a paddle and you're done.
That's the best one I've experienced, I think.
Yeah, Royal does it ahead of time. You can watch it the day before or whatever. It's not bad. They're all, nobody wants to do it. I get it. It's all. Charlie said I'm on Magnifica in August. I like Magnifica a lot, Charlie. It's obviously not a huge ship. It's a smaller ship, but I thought the entertainment was great. The foods, there's a lot of cool spaces on Magnifica. There's some really cool bars. The sports bar is cool. I like that ship. It's fun.
Agreed. We were on there in January for a sales meeting, and we spent a lot of time in the sports park because we missed Ocean Key because of the weather. So we ended up in there watching football.
Yeah, it's great. The sports bars are great. Casey said, we are booked on World America. Any good tips or words of wisdom? We'll throw that over to Lucy.
So I will tell you to just keep your ears posted for World of America. I'm kind of jealous that you're already booked before I am. I just got done saying I want to book the first cruise and I haven't done it yet. She's going to be super. You were on World of Europa, you had said, and she's going to be similar, but yet totally different. So slowly by slowly, we'll be putting out little tidbits of information. 2 weeks ago, I think it was, we put out the 7 districts on World of America. So there's going to be like a Zen area, a children's deck area, an aqua deck. So they've pushed distinguished areas. And then also, if you saw about a week ago, we advertised for the cliffhanger.
Yep.
Which is really cool. And here's somebody, meaning me, who said I would never do anything that goes over the ocean off the ship. And yet I am so excited to do this cliffhanger, which is a swing. So keep your ears posted because there's a lot of little things going on. I would say for sure, I always like to take advantage, me personally, of the specialty dining because I always think they're different and unique in different ways. So that's something to look out for as well. And I would say just keep your ear posted. We don't know a lot more than you know as far as the World of America comes because we're salespeople and they know we're going to tell everybody. So
That's awesome. So Roger has a question. Roger's advocating for me here. So Roger and his wife booked while they were on board, and they didn't have my contact info. And then so they told them while they were on the board they had 60 days to get it added to a travel agent. And then when they tried to do that, they told them they weren't allowed to do it because they already put down a deposit, which doesn't make any sense. But
well, maybe we can find out more on this. I don't know how you want to do it, but when it was actually booked. But sometimes we do run across these issues and they'll tell you, yes, you can go ahead and cancel it and then we can rebook it. Then they'll lose out on shipboard credit. But they do have their terms and they have two different ways now with the FCC. So we'll have to take this one offline and look into this one individually.
Yeah, it's not a big deal at all. But I appreciate Roger. I appreciate it. So Alex asked, what's the best hideaway non-yacht club spot on Meraviglia? Quiet little spot to get away.
On Meraviglia. Okay, so there's 2 areas. I do like the adult-only pool in the aft part of the vessel. And I don't think it's always crowded back there, so you can find your little tuck-in area to the side where you're away from people. And there's also a bar. When you take the lift up to, I forget, 16 or 18 for the buffet, and it's, if I'm looking at the front part of the ship, it's to the left. There's actually a bar over there that I never see packed and a lot of people. And the last cruise we were on, we were in it. We were over there. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
And so that's like a tucked away.
What'd you say, Meg?
I was saying, which bar is it? Is that the champagne bar that we went to?
No, champagne bar is indoors. This is outdoors.
God, okay. I was on the other side of the ship in my brain.
Yeah.
The other spot I would say, Alex, is if you're inside, if you want a quiet spot during the day, the little like radio studio bar there, or it's not a bar, but it's like it is a bar, but it's a little space there. That space is pretty quiet during the day. They do have they'll do like a Portuguese class, they'll do like an Italian class, French class in there. But for the most part during the day, that was like a place that we went to just like hang out and get some peace and quiet. So, and then if anybody's on Seascape and
fun.
What, Meg?
I said also the language classes were really fun. They was the same person that did a lot of them. They were really interesting.
Yeah. And if you're on Seascape and you're looking for a quiet indoor spot, that Loft Cafe, Meg was working there every morning. We had a great time there. That place is great. All right.
That's where I did all of the emails.
Yeah. Charlie said logging in with the username and password was a big improvement over requiring to use your booking number. I agree, Charlie. That's a big plus, being able to just log in and have your stuff.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So 2 Old Farts said, hi, Lucy, going on Seascape in June. Can you explain the priority boarding for ARIA guests?
Yes, because the Aurea next to the Yacht Club would be my favorite balcony stateroom to book. and mainly because you have the priority embark and debarkation. But once you get to the pier, you get your tickets and you're assigned an embarkation time. But when you get to the pier, you're going to see signage for Oria guests. You'll see that your line is going to be a lot shorter than everybody else's line to get you on board. And don't worry if your time says 2 p.m. and you want to show up at 12 noon, feel free to show up at 12 noon. But either way, you follow the sign for the Oria guests, and that will escort you right through the check-in.
Yes, indeed. You're going to have a great time on the Seascape. I hope you guys have an awesome time.
Don't forget to try the gelato.
Yes, please try the gelato. It's so good. Amber said, I've heard a lot of bloggers and cruisers that the food isn't great. Yeah, because they're terrible people. No, we've been on many MSC cruises now. So I've been on 5. Meg's been on a couple. AJ's been on 1. Here's what I'll say. The buffet is on par with every other cruise line. With Royal, with Norwegian, with whoever it is. It's the same. They have the same stuff in the buffet. The pizza is better than any other cruise pizza. The coffee is the best coffee you'll ever have on a cruise ship. And there's an espresso machine at every bar on the entire ship, on all the ships. It's insane. And the pastas are really good. And specialty dining is just as good as specialty dining on any other ship. So you're not going to have an issue with the food. A lot of the complaints from people that have been on MSC is older complaints before they had a big presence in the US. And a lot of it was food and service. And most of the service was because if you go over to Europe on MSC, Europeans have a very different idea of service. They're not as needy and as entitled as we are. So
it's very true.
They just want to be left alone. And if they need something, they'll ask for it. If you need something and ask for it, you'll get it. But I think the service is on par now with everyone else as well.
I will also say one of my favorite specialty dinings was on World Europa. It was, I can't think of the name right now, which just shows I'm bad at this, but it's the one that has the live wall, and they would actually come out and like snip herbs and everything off of the live wall and then cook the food. And the chef actually came out and said hi to everyone that was working. His 3-year-old daughter was on board that week, and he was carrying her around. And it was some of the best food that I've ever had on a cruise ship.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to on World of America. They're going to have a beer garden where we're taking the salt water and we're turning it into beer.
That's amazing. That's super cool.
Super cool. That's really neat.
And then there's this is back to the person who, I think it was Roger, who asked about World of America. There's also I'm not a big gin drinker, but there's going to be a gin bar, and the gin bar is having like 120 different kinds of gins, which I never knew there was that many to start with. So a lot of little things.
On World Europa, they had a gin bar, and it was really cool because it was almost like a choose your own adventure or like make your own, where you would pick the kind of gin you wanted, and then you would pick like if you wanted seltzer or tonic or whatever, they had different flavors, and then you would also pick your garnishes, and then they were all different colors. So we met up with like a couple random people that we made friends with on there, and we went to the gin bar probably 2 or 3 different nights and all did like different gin drinks and tried them all. It was really cool.
Very cool.
Dave asked about the mustard drill grind. Yeah, Dave, we just talked about it a little bit ago, right? As for now, that's the drill is the drill. There's no changing that at the moment. We'll see what happens in the future. Roger said they love the Yacht Club. Amber said Yacht Club is like the Haven on Norwegian. Yep. So pretty much they are the 2 closest. Royal Suite is a little bit different because Royal doesn't really do ship within a ship until you get to like Icon and Wonder. But they're still not Royal Suite. While Royal has amazing suites, like the rooms and the service and everything, it's not exactly the same concept. Norwegian and MSC are probably the most similar of the offerings, and I love both of them. They're both great, but MSC definitely wins out on like fun little perks, like the fact that your key card, when you go in the elevator, it just cancels
everybody else's.
So much fun. It's so much fun. One of my favorite things ever. But
I also like the fancy tea that you get to go to when you are in the Yacht Club, where the captain comes and everything. I like that with the tea sandwiches.
It's nice. I mean, one of the best parts about the yacht club, I think, too, is that you can go enjoy every other part of the ship, be with the thousands of people that are on board the ship, and then you're like, let's go for a nightcap. And you go back to your nice quiet lounge where they have soft music playing. There may be other people, there may not be, but you can have your drink and get your nightcap and go to bed. So that's a nice thing. And I go back to my first cruise in a yacht club when we first started on the Divina. They hadn't given us all the things about a what they do in the yacht club. And here I come. We got off the ship in the Bahamas, and my husband and I are walking and standing in line to get on board the ship. And I don't know how many people were in front of us, but it was hot. It was really hot. And all of a sudden, this guy comes with a little paddle, and it's like, Miss Lucy, come with me, and takes me and rounds all these people. So there are a lot of little perks that you get for the yacht club that are well worth it.
I also
Totally.
love the outdoor breakfast buffet on was that Seascape?
Yep,
Which one was
so do I. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So Felicia said, I love MSC. Been on 4 MSC cruises on Seashore July 4th. That is awesome.
Nice.
Alex said Virgin does a great muster drill. I'm sure. Yeah. Like we said, Royal does it pretty seamlessly, and so does Norwegian. Carnival's a little clunky, and Disney is right back to the regular muster drill. I don't even know how or why that happened. But yeah, there's all.
You all are making me want to ask about the muster drill and why we do it the way we do now.
Jimmy just said different procedure for yacht club muster. Yeah, so if you're in the yacht club, your concierge and your butler pretty much take care of everything for you. So they'll sweep you in and out of places very quickly to make sure you get everything done. You don't hang out with the normies. Tom and Sharon said, my fear is that with so many vloggers talking about how great Yacht Club is, it'll be harder to get soon. I think you're fine, Tom. I think it's still, so with all those like ship within a ship experiences, they're for a very particular set of people. A lot of people don't book those experiences. They book, still overwhelmingly it's inside and balcony for most people. And, it's a niche still, so I wouldn't worry about it. You guys are safe in the yacht club. Don't worry. Michelle said, going on the Breakaway in 39 days. We just got off of the Breakaway. We had a great time. Hope you're not looking for entertainment because there's nothing going on the Breakaway. There's no big show.
Sorry.
Good luck. I will say, if you are going on the Breakaway, I'll give you a little bit of advice. The first night, I think it's day 2 of the cruise, first sea day, go get in line early and go see Sid Norman's Fleetwood Mac rumor show. It's amazing. They do Fleetwood Mac rumors from front to back. They tell you little stories about the album. It's great. But the Poorhouse, it's like a 2 to 2.5 hour wait to get in there every night because there's no other entertainment on board. So go once, do the wait, and then don't do it again. Dave said, B2B World America 7-day cruises. Can't wait to see the new included booths. Yeah, that's awesome, Dave. So Dave's going on the week before our Halloween cruise and then our Halloween cruise. So
very nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Amber said, oh, hell no, with the cliffhanger.
I think that looks so fun.
It doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know how people come up with these ideas sometimes, but I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh. And, MSC is not traditionally a cruise line that has items like that.
Yeah. I'm excited. I think it's cool. Laura said, ugh, I'm late. Hey, everyone. Hi, Laura. Hi. Tara. Hello, Tara. How are you? Okay, is here. He made it. Amber said, oh my, okay, I'll definitely take a look. Yeah, it's great. The Yacht Club's an amazing experience. I highly recommend it. It's really, really, really good. Peter said, yummy food on MSC Meraviglia last fall. There you go.
I always look at it this way when it comes to the food, is that everybody has their own opinion. I could talk to my sister and she loves a Mexican restaurant and I go to that restaurant and I'm like, What's so great about this? Two different opinions, and we eat the same family food. So there's a lot of different opinions when it comes to the food, but I can tell you our food has improved drastically, and we continue to hire people to improve on the improvements we've made based on the feedback we get.
I agree. I think the food has gotten way better and it's awesome. So Peter said Butcher's Cut is great. It is. I agree. Butcher's Cut is excellent. Peter said All Out Tacos is great too. So yeah, look, if you're going on MSC and you don't want to spend a ton of money on specialty dining, you don't need a package necessarily, right? If you're one of those people that doesn't want to spend a lot on extra, please go to All Out Tacos. It's $17.
I agree.
It's great.
And the margaritas are delicious.
Boom. Yeah,
Boom.
Dave said fresh made mozzarella on Meraviglia is the bestest ever. There you go. All right, Lucy, here's a question for you. What cruise ship on MSC do you suggest for the best food and the most comfy beds?
Okay, so I actually think our beds are the same across the fleet. And they're all, I will say this, they are all more towards the firm side, which is why I absolutely love them. So the beds across the fleet. And as far as food, let's see, I was on this year alone, Magnifica, Seashore, and Meraviglia. And I would say out of the three, it would be a toss-up between Seashore and Meraviglia that I thought the food was the best. Magnifica had just come over when we were on it, but I know people who have been on it where they've seen the improvements the next couple times that they were on it. So it's hard to say.
I agree. I think Seascape, Seashore are going to be fine. I was on Magnifica in December, and the food was great. I didn't have any issue. There's only one specialty dining on Magnifica. It's a smaller ship, so it's just an Asian restaurant on there. I ate there like 3 times. It was really good. So yeah, I think you're get good bang for your buck on all of those. Tom and Sharon said World America also has the speakeasy. So there you go.
Be able to keep a secret. What are you doing? You're never gonna get in if you just tell everybody. Also, make friend with the bartenders if you want to be able to see the inside of that. Bartenders always know where it is.
Yes.
Yeah, so there are some little fun hidden elements on the ship. And Tom and Sharon said Yacht Club was way better than Haven. There you go.
I'll agree.
I agree as well.
I know. I think that, again, the price, like from what you've told me that you've spent on like the Haven, John, I've never officially stayed in the Haven. I've just gone to like bug John in the Haven where I get to reap the benefits. But that compared to the Yacht Club just seems insane.
Yeah, agree. Amber said, do you have to sit with people you don't know at meals? No, you don't, Amber. You can ask to sit alone. There were a couple days I was on Magnifica and they tried to sit me with people and I was like, I just can't do it today. I just want to sit by myself.
Right.
But yeah, you're good either way. Hey, Rob, how are you? You're not late. Don't worry. You are perfectly on time. No worries. All right, Lucy. Jimmy said, is there a Yacht Club dinner dress code or is there like a gala night dress code?
Well, it depends where you're going to eat. If you're going to sit down in the dining room, then yes, there is a dress code. And most of the time we try to adhere to it. So you can wear, if you wanted, a pair of shorts, but it would have to be dress shorts and a nice shirt. They don't want T-shirts. They don't want it really dressed down. They're going to say that that's what the buffet is for. And the same thing in the main dining room. So going on a cruise, if you wear a pair of khaki shorts and a button-down shirt, nice collared shirt, you're fine. You're good to go.
Yeah, and there's really no gala nights. There's like dress to impress nights. They don't really do it.
Yeah, they call it the captain's night or the gala night. I will tell it's definitely not what it was years ago. You can't even compare it. But you will find the people that are dressed to the nines and the gentlemen in the tuxes and the women in a gown because that's what they're used to and that's what they enjoy doing. And then you'll turn around and you'll see this other guy in sneakers and shorts and a T-shirt because they have no desire to get dressed.
Yep.
We normally treat it like a cocktail hour. That's kind of the attire that we go for.
Amber said, you guys are talking me into it now. I'm for sure checking out the Yacht Club. Awesome.
Check it out, Amber.
Check it out. So Beverly said, my family and I were on Maravilia during COVID after the reopening. The ship was only 25% full, which was positive, but we had a terrible food experience. So Beverly, I'm sorry that you had a terrible food experience, but coming out of COVID,
there was a lot of things going on.
Yeah, that was a really, really, really weird time. And we had some really bad experience. I mean, we had the worst cruise we've ever been on the Norwegian Pearl during the COVID, like coming back out of COVID. Fun story, I'll be on that ship tomorrow doing a ship tour. But
I can't believe are you gonna have like post-traumatic stress?
I am,
I'm from Boston, and I will admit that was the worst port that I've ever been to. I couldn't handle it. It's terrible.
Nothing says fun like a 12-hour disembarkation.
Yeah, coming out of I could take that one. Coming out of COVID was huge just to come out of COVID the way we did. Yeah. Being the front runner was great for us. But I will tell you that just from staffing issues, from hiring chefs to waiters and whatnot, and preparation of the food. Yes. So I apologize for anything that you experienced at that time, but know that today the product can't even compare. It can't even compare to what it was before COVID.
Yeah, Beverly, I agree. I would definitely give it another shot. Same thing. I mean, we had some terrible COVID experiences on many different cruise lines with things. So give them a shot. Mark said, I just booked 2 cruises on Seascape. Awesome, Mark. That's great.
Nice, Mark.
Rob said the mozzarella bar on the Maravilia was the best. It is. It's awesome.
Did we ever try the mozzarella? We kept saying we were going to, but was it not open or something? I feel like I can't say anything to it.
There was like 2 days we went up there and it wasn't open. So, but we weren't in the buffet all that much because we had all the special time.
That's true. We were very spoiled.
There was one night though where John and I had mozzarella. You went and did something. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, but we snuck up there at like 12 at like midnight. It was like some ridiculously late hour.
I was probably sleeping.
It was the latest we've ever been up on a cruise.
Well, just the mozzarella, but if you go to Butcher's Cut, you have to have the burrata. The burrata and beet salad is, oh my God.
Oh yeah. God, I love burrata.
Agreed. Yeah, Beverly said, I have friends that love MSC and going on cruise all the time. So I guess it just varies from cruise to cruise. It does. I mean, there's sometimes, I look to be completely and utterly transparent, right? Whenever we go on cruises, we generally eat more specialty dining than anything else. And I love on NCL, we love specialty dining on NCL. They have a lot of great restaurants. Meg and I were on Joy last year, and we probably had like 4 of the worst specialty dining experiences that we've ever had. And then I've been on, 5 NCL ships since then, and all the food's been great. So it's like sometimes you just get a bad crew. Something's going on. There's supply chain issues. There's staffing issues. People just have bad days. It's just like anything else. So yeah, I always give people the benefit of the doubt. If you go back on again and you have the same experience, then you'll know like, okay, this isn't for me.
Even on like Escape, we were on Escape in 2021 and then again this past year, and like the creamed leeks weren't as good this last time.
AJ's favorite thing in the world are the cream leeks.
Jesus, with the cream leeks. I'm just going to buy, I'm going to ask if we could just bring our own creamed leeks on board.
Just send them an email, like, how much do I have to pay you for the recipe? I mean, you're a great cook. The next 6 birthdays, AJ's just getting cream leeks from both of us.
Rob said the seaside elevator situation was really weird. What was weird about it, Rob? Did they just, I guess,
Seaside as the iPads.
Smart elevators? Yeah. Yeah.
I really like that actually, because it would tell you exactly where to go. But I could
the only problem I find with them is if my brain is having a brain freeze and I press deck 8 and I get in, the elevator starts moving. I'm like, oh my God, my cabin's not on deck 8, it's on deck 10. Now I got to get out and press the button. So I understand. I get the weird.
That's fair.
Yeah, I do too. I get it. It's the way of the future. It's the way it is on Royal now with Icon and Star. They're all going to have They're building on those.
It's all technology.
Yep. All right. Charlie said MSC is the best value in cruising right now, in my opinion. But in case Lucy hasn't heard it enough, nobody likes the mustard drill.
I have a note on my desk right now that says mustard drill because I am not going to forget about it.
It's so great. Feisty. People are feisty about the mustard drill.
I love it.
Charlie said first rule of Yacht Club is you don't talk about Yacht Club. I love it. We're definitely going to do a T-shirt that says it on there.
I love that.
Yes, that needs to be our next, the next MSC one. That's what we need.
Love it.
That's great.
JC said, can you compare the overall MSC experience to other lines? Yeah, it's very so. My thing with MSC, JC, is the same for most of the cruise lines. So it's a contemporary cruise line, right? So it's going to be very similar experience to Royal, Norwegian, Carnival, any of those cruise lines. So the thing that I will say about MSC that I kind of like, it's an interesting thing that I really like about MSC is I think that MSC did a lot of research on what other cruise lines were doing. So I think they really looked into like, okay, NCL does a really good job at like specialty dining. Royal does a really good job with like this promenade and this, and Carnival does this. And I think they took all of those things and combined them together into their experience, which has now really evolved since they've come over to North America. So I think it's going to feel very familiar. If you get on Meraviglia, it's going to feel very Royal Caribbean-ish because you have the big promenade, the big, beautiful promenade. But they try to take those things to the next level. So the promenade on Meraviglia has this amazing like LED screen up top that they do shows on and everything. So it's a really interesting experience. I think you should try it and see if you really enjoy. Well, you said you're going to try it. So I think you'll really enjoy it.
Can I say one other point too that I thought was really cool? I agree with John I think that's what they did. In my brain, they were all like little spies and they had like little notepads. But also the first time we were on the MSC private island, talking to some of the staff, and there's staff who's worked on other cruise lines and have also now worked on MSC. And one of the things they talked about is they feel that they can be more visible on these cruise lines. Like a lot of times, and I don't know if that's the European style versus the American, and that was taken over. But like Royal, I love Royal, but you almost feel like the staff is supposed to be like seen but not heard or something. Like they're just very quiet, very pushed back. And I feel like the MSC is just a little bit more like they just look like they're having more fun. They're more willing to like kind of talk to you and seem to enjoy what they're doing. And to me, I thought that was really cool and spoke a lot about the cruise line, which I liked that.
And I have to say, John, I love the way both of you have described how we created our ships that we have created. And the one big thing about our company is we're privately owned. So the company can decide today, well, we don't like what Meraviglia looks like anymore. She's not working for us. We want to make it some way else. And they can go ahead and change that. We don't have to get the approval. But one thing I learned 20-something years ago with this company is if they like the jacket that John is wearing right now, which I love, of course, but if they like the jacket John is wearing, they're going to figure out how to make that jacket and own it without having to go to somebody else to make it and own it. So, and everything on board, I can tell you, is picked. We have the owner of the company and the owner's wife, Mrs. Aponte, who handpicks everything on board the ship. She designs the onboard of the vessels.
That's amazing. So Alex said, I'm sailing solo. Does MSC do anything for the solo crowd? Go ahead, Lucy, you can jump on that if you want.
Yes, we do. So they do have solo gatherings on board the ship. You'll find them in your daily planner. So make sure you search them out. They're listed in there for certain times and different get-togethers. We definitely have those on board.
And on certain ships, Alex, there are studio cabins for solo travelers. And the three of us are all going to be in studio cabins on Meraviglia when we go on Meraviglia in August, which will be a big change from being in the Yacht Club. But we will.
Wow.
Yep.
I want to see a picture of that one. I don't think I've seen the picture of the studio cabin yet.
We'll have them for you. All right. So KC said, we appreciate MSC being more adult type of ship compared to Royal Caribbean, which become a floating daycare. Just my opinion. We're now exclusive MSC Black Diamond members after a bunch of cruises. That's awesome. Great commentary.
I think it's great when you find the cruise line that's right for you. That's always exciting.
That's awesome.
I will tell you though, as much as you say that, is it stay away from holiday sailings.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be bombarded with that family type, with those children running around and any of the holidays from the beginning of the year to the end.
Yep. Agreed. LK said, I like to wear a suit, a jacket to dinner, and the kilt to the lounge. I love it. LK, that's awesome.
LK, I've seen that many times on board the ship.
Yeah.
That's great.
Tom and Sharon said, we thought Haven beat Yacht Club in 3 categories: the beds, the bathroom amenities, and the bartenders. Everything else in the Yacht Club was better. There you go. And Tom and Sharon have a great story about the Yacht Club for dinner. They were talking to the people there and the chef came out and they were talking to them, and they requested beef Wellington for dinner, and the chef made them beef Wellington for dinner in the Yacht.
Wow.
That's great.
Wow.
Yep. I knew this was going to come up. So LK said, I've been having a lot of trouble wrapping my head around the MSC drinks packages. Yeah. So they're okay. The drink packages are a little bit weird. All right. I'll give you that. They're a little strange. I talked about this in one of my videos this week. I think it's probably coming out. It's in my budget video. So so they have the Easy Plus. There's like all these different packages, right? And they just cover up the drinks that are a certain dollar amount. That's all. It's pretty simple. You will see verbiage in there that says that it excludes the specialty dining restaurants and different things like that. In my experience, I've never seen that happen. So we go to specialty dining all the time. We order drinks. They give you the drinks. Yeah. So
I haven't had that problem either.
No.
Also, like a lot of the drinks that you would order are included. Like I feel like a lot of the standard drinks that you see on cruises, like Aperol spritzes, things like that, are all within that price that are always included. It's only like I think like at one point I looked at like an espresso martini or something that's a little bit fancier.
Oh my God, that's so good. I tried my first one.
Oh my God, especially on MSC with the really good espresso.
Yes. But on the drink packages, one thing to note is we started, it's got to be over a year now, where if you have the easy drink package and you request a drink and it's a higher brand tequila or something that's not included in your price range of the drink package you have, they will charge you the difference. They won't charge you the full price of that drink. They will charge you the difference between the drink package that you have and the drink that you ordered.
And at all the bars, LK, when you go to all the bars on the ship, they have a menu, and the menu will tell you like these are the drink. Like there's the drinks that are like in the top tier package. It will tell you like these are the exclusive cocktails, and then you can just order those if you have the higher drink package. You'll know that those are included. Greg Gooser said, "I've been on the Yacht Club on the Meraviglia and the World Europa. I grew up in New England on the coast. The lobster roll in Ocean Key is on the Yacht Club was the best I've ever."
Wow.
That's high praise.
That is awesome.
What part of New England? Drop it in here.
Meg's from New England. Speaking of where you're from, Jimmy C said, Lucy, love your accent. We are related, maybe.
Jersey girl, born and raised. Can't deny that.
Jimmy's from Staten Island. I think Jimmy and them live in Staten Island.
Oh, there you go.
Greg Gooser said the World Europa Speakeasy was so cool. Shh.
We can talk about it off camera. But yes.
Charlie has a good question. Lucy, do you have any stats on the percentage of non-U.S. guests sailing out of U.S. ports? Love the international crowd. Seems like they still have a ton of room to grow with U.S. customers.
Wow, Charlie, you hit my job on the nail. I mean, you hit the nail with the hammer. Whatever. But anyway, the bottom line is this. Our job here in the U.S., obviously, is to fill the ship with U.S. passengers. If we don't, the difference will be filled up with an international crowd because we are a European brand and they're not going to let the ship go empty. So before they let a ship sail with 3,000 people that holds 5,000 people, we'll have 2,000 non-Americans. So if I had to say in the U.S. market, I would say probably, depending on the sailing date, right? Because it can vary, somewhere between 60 and 75% of the passengers being North Americans and the rest being Europeans. Now, if you went on a European cruise, then those numbers are going to be actually reversed. But again, it will depend on a sailing date, because there may be times where we're all in work and school and Europe is off. And understand, especially when it comes to children, they have no problem taking their children out of school to take them on vacation on a holiday. So they will put them on a cruise. And majority of the Europeans that do travel with us come over, and you'll find out if you speak to them, they do back to back to back to back. They don't just come over and do a 7-night cruise because of the length of the air, which makes complete sense. I find it very interesting. I love to talk to different people and find out about their lifestyles. So, yeah, I would say that's pretty much a good number.
All right. Amber said the food on Joy and special dining was not very good in my opinion either. See, there you go. Peter said, any tips for Eurybia from Denmark to the fjords?
Oh no, I don't. I could not give you one off top hand. That's another ship that I want to see. So I'm kind of jealous, Peter. I haven't seen that ship as well. I would love to.
Tom and Sharon are going to buy our shirt.
Oh,
the Yacht Club one.
Amber said, are the hot tubs on MSC hot because they were cool on the Joy? Yeah,
they are hot.
In my experience, they're hot.
I don't do hot tubs, but I've seen the steam coming from them. So
they're just little kid soup. That's all. Dave said MSC is still evolving and adjusting to the U.S. market. They've improved by leaps and bounds. Best island and bang for a buck in the industry. I agree. Ocean Key is amazing. They're finishing up those renovations, which is why I'm not going there next week. But it should be pretty amazing. So I'm excited to see what they do.
It's really cool that they're rebuilding the coral reef with that island too. I like the fact that it's for a good cause.
Oh, if you ever have a chance and you watch, I forgot whether it was on Tubi, but there's a movie.
Yeah,
and it's about the building of the island, and how when the owner went there and all the tons and the stuff they found planes on this island.
But, wait, what did you say it was on? John, do you know where it is? Can you?
Yeah, I'll send you a link. Dave sent me an email about it today, which is really funny.
That's really,
yeah. But and I tried watching the end of it because I missed the end of it. But to see it all and to see the transformation and what they had to do just to open the island, and now it's closed, obviously for some things we need to do and enhancements we need to do. But it'll be open by the end of May, so that would be exciting. And we're adding some things on, but mainly we need to dredge the water more for World of America.
Yeah.
And then don't forget, when you sail on World America, you know you're going to be sailing out of the new terminal, right?
Can't wait. I know. It's amazing. All right. Two Old Farts said, does MSC do Alaska, or are they planning to in the future?
So I'm going to say that Alaska was in our foresights, and then COVID hit. So right now it's kind of been put to the back burner. We are in Florida, then out of New York, out of Brooklyn. We announced a couple months ago we'll be sailing out of Texas, out of Galveston. Rumor has it that LA is next. But I don't doubt that we'll be out of Alaska at some point. Alaska is still going to be tough because you have cruise lines out there that own the market.
Yeah.
So going into Alaska, you need to figure out what you're going to have and do that's going to make yourself different, that I'm going to be able to steal you from somebody else.
Yep.
I would say down the line, but no, there's nothing firm yet.
Dave asked if AJ had taken a vow of silence tonight. Just quiet.
I answered.
I know.
I have a noisemaker right above me who is particularly wound up this evening.
You're fine. Alex said all the things you do as travel agents. Welcome to the Commodores Club. Hey, Alex, here's the thing. We don't do anything as travel agents. We pay for every one of our cruises. So if the three of us go on a cruise, old John is paying for me, AJ, and Meg to go on a cruise. We pay for the Yacht Club when we go to the Yacht Club. We pay for the Haven when we're in the Haven. We did the Crown Loft Suite last year on Royal. We paid for that. The only cruises that we go on, and generally I won't do anything that's free. With the exception of like if next year I got the invite to do the World America, I got to save the date for that. I will go down and do that. But we generally, in the past 3 years, we have paid for every single one of our cruises. Every single one.
By we, he means he has paid for every one of our cruises.
Yeah. Sarah said, I'm dying to go on the Meraviglia. I love that it's sailing out of New York. Yep. Brooklyn, the terminal's
come
really
in August.
Yeah, come with us in August, Sarah. Alex said, I got a drink package. Are the drinks included in the Jean-Philippe coffee? No, they are not. Those little boozy hot chocolates you have to pay for there. Sadly, they're not included.
Best iced coffee I've ever had.
I've never got the iced coffee from there. I've only got chocolates.
And all they do is shake it. They literally take the coffee with ice and the milk and sugar, and they shake it in a shaker. It is so good.
That sounds delicious.
I agree. Grey Gooser is from Rye, New Hampshire, Meg.
Oh, very cool. Love New Hampshire.
Amber said, always wanted to go to New Jersey. I'm so jealous, and I agree about the accent. Love it. That's awesome. Yeah, come join us down here. There you go. Tara said, I knew Lucy was from Jersey. I'm a Jersey girl too, born and raised. Yeah. Mark is from Gulford. Gulford? Is that Gulford?
Gulford?
Connecticut?
I was just in Connecticut 2 weeks ago.
There you go.
Love Connecticut.
Grey Gooser asked Lucy, will MSC ever cruise out of Boston? Would be amazing.
That's another one. I am going to just say this. I don't have an answer for that one, just like Alaska. But I will tell you that the investment that MSC Cruises has made in the North American market, period, is dramatic and keeps growing yearly. So you never know.
All right. LK is Canadian. Rob said, I'm stoked to head back to Ocean Key. Me too.
Me three.
Yeah.
So this would be my ideal cruise. A 7-night cruise leaving out of New York. Then I don't have to get on a plane, but it won't happen. But I'll take a 7-night cruise anywhere. 1 day at sea, 3 days at Ocean Key, 1 day at sea, and back home. I don't need to go anyplace else. And the ship is my hotel while I'm in Ocean Key.
I agree.
I will be a happy camper.
I'm fine with that.
That sounds delightful, honestly.
KC is from West Palm Beach, which is New Jersey South. So true. Liam asked the question, if you go to Alaska, do you think you'll start in Vancouver or Seattle?
I couldn't even answer that question.
So, Liam, generally speaking, Seattle generally is the larger ships. So like NCL Bliss, all of the large Royal ships go out of Seattle, and they do a 7-day scoot around Alaska. And then all the ships that do the passage are very small ships. So I would say probably Seattle, but we shall see if it happens. B Stan said, is it hard to get a chair in the top exclusive solarium on Meraviglia on sea days? It is not. It definitely gets, there's people up there, but it is definitely not crazy crowded there. Rob said, I need to come work for John for the cruise benefits. No shit. Right?
Yeah. You want to build some websites?
Guilford. Thank you for that.
There you go. And then Kathy said, Seward is a great cruise start. It is. So anything going out of Alaska in those little areas are going to be small ships. They're going to be under like 4,000 passenger ships. Amber 2 said, me too. Can I come work for John? Yeah, we got to sell a whole lot more cruises for us to be able to do that. So, all right, let's do, we're going to give away some coffee, and then we're going to give away our book. Tonight's book is called All Systems Red by Martha Wells. It's about little murder robots. It's very cool. Good book. All right,
also, thank you, Roger. I got my coffee in the mail, and he put an extra special little sample of the one we were talking about after I ordered, and he sent me a picture of his cat.
Oh, that's so nice. So yeah, let me do that real quick. We've been talking so much, we got really hung up. So tonight's live stream is, of course, brought to us by Roger and Sarah at Mainly Coffee. If you go to mainlycoffee.com or you scan this little QR code here, if you put in bite-size cruises, all one word, at checkout, you get 10% off of your entire order. We would love for you to support Roger and Sarah. They are a small business in Maine, and they make awesome coffee. So go check them out right now. While we're doing that real quick before we do it, we did announce last week, but if you weren't here last week, next year, we're of course doing our Halloween cruise this year. That is going to be on Symphony of the Seas, October 27th. Come join us. But we made the announcement that our Halloween cruise next year is going to be on MSC World America, October 25th to November 1st. We will be going to Puerto Plata, San Juan, and the aforementioned Ocean Key. Leaving out of Miami, we're going to be doing all the fun things that we do on our Halloween group cruise. So please sign up, come join us on the Halloween group cruise. And now let's give away some coffee. All right,
Lucy, come on the group cruise.
Yeah. I know. I'm busy right now looking at the coffee.
That's awesome.
It's so good. And I am a bit of a coffee snob. It's quite good.
So am I.
Roger Sproul. There you go. We got a new winner this week.
Yeah. All right. Congratulations, Roger.
And now we're going to give away the book.
Shuffle everyone.
I thought Roger was about to win a boat.
Yeah. Going to Al. Congratulations, Al.
Congratulations, Al.
For everyone who just won something, you please send me your address at jp at Byte. I'm going to put it in the chat. Cruises.com. There you go. Let's see. Let's catch up on these real quick. B-Stan said, what's included in the drinks package? So B-Stans, there are several different drinks packages. The big takeaway from all the drinks packages is they cover drinks up to a certain dollar amount. It is $10, $13, and like $16 for those. So any of your drinks that would cost in those price ranges, that's what's covered. The things that are not covered in the drinks package are if you are on a ship that has like Venchi, which is the chocolate bar, drinks from there are not included, and drinks from Jean-Philippe, if you are on Meraviglia, are not included. Roger said, you're welcome, Meg. Thank you for the fur baby pics.
I obviously had to send back pictures of Mabel and Muffin after he sent me the cat picture.
And then B-Stan said, are there different internet packages? There are 2 different internet packages. I'm glad you asked. I did a whole thing about that this week. So there is like standard internet and then the fast internet. So you can pick between the 2. Here is one little interesting thing, which I'm surprised nobody brought up tonight about the internet. It's probably because I'm the only person who cares about it. So on MSC, it is slightly different. The internet packages, it is locked to a device. So if you sign up for the internet package, if you get internet on one device, whatever device you connect that to the first time, that is the device you have to use it on. You cannot switch devices. You can't switch it from like your laptop to your iPad or your laptop to your phone.
Correct.
You have to do it on that one device. So just a little piece of advice there.
Most people just use their phone, but since we work from the cruise ships when we're there, it's important for us to know that because we have to be able to use our phones and our laptops and everything.
Correct. JC said, Symphony was next to us at Coco Key. Imagine, amazing how much larger. It's obnoxious. And like now that Icon's around, if you see like Icon next to like Vision of the Seas, it doesn't seem real. It looks like it's fake.
And I really can't tell the difference.
I was just about to say, do you think Helen's watching?
Or Helen, you can't tell the difference between them. Also, this week, if anybody didn't see the news, Celebrity did its first stop at Coco Perfect Day this week. And I don't feel good about that. I hate that they're adding more ships to Perfect Day. But anyway. All right. Tony Diaz said congrats to everyone. Alex said congrats. Amber said congrats. JD said congrats. B-Stan said how much is the faster? It depends on your sailing, how long you're sailing for. I don't know off the top of my head how much it is. I'll add it to one of my videos upcoming. I did a budget video this week that's coming out next week on my Seashore, how much I spent on the cruise. So it'll be in there on how much it is. That's coming out in the next couple of days. Rob said, thanks, guys. Great live. Thank you guys so much. Lucy, thank you so much for coming. This was awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Lucy. It was so great to meet you.
You too as well.
All right, everyone. We will see you all next week. Everybody have a great weekend. I will be on Seashore on Sunday, so I will be doing a bunch of shorts, videos from the ship. We will be doing the live stream from Seashore next week, so join us for the live stream. I will be live from on board, and we will see everybody next week. Thank you guys so much. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks, Lucy.